The insect queen was tightly bound by Yu's willow vines, completely immobilized. In anguish, she screamed, "What exactly do you want?" Yu's eyes remained calm, his voice devoid of emotion. "I want your entire race to submit under my command." A mocking laugh burst from the insect queen's lips. "Ha ha ha, submit? What you really mean is enslave us," she hissed. "You want to take from me the authority to control the minds of the insect race. That's your true goal, isn't it?" There was no verbal reply, only a merciless slash in response. "Ayaha!" A piercing scream echoed as blood gushed from the wound like a fountain. What Yu had just unleashed was the stellar scythe. A blade as brilliant as a collapsing galaxy. Elsewhere on the battlefield, the insect king was still trapped in the sea of flames conjured by the pink dragon. Though being scorched by fire, he could still sense the injuries of the insect queen. A powerful urge surged within him to return and rescue her. "Out of my way!" The insect king roared in fury, unleashing his full power. His massive body leapt into the air, trying to escape the inferno. But the pink dragon immediately lunged forward, bellowing, "You're not going anywhere!" At that very moment, a group of mutated insects suddenly ambushed Yu from behind, but he had sensed them long ago. His icy eyes flicked back, killing intent raging like a storm. With a flick of his hand, boom! A surge of energy erupted violently. From behind him, countless beams of light shot out like a meteor shower, bombarding the swarm and blasting them into bits. Before he could even catch his breath, another group of mutated insects charged in like moths to a flame. But just then, the insect queen shouted, "Stop!" The charging insects halted abruptly, skidding to a stop. Yu's voice rang out, calm yet tinged with mockery. "You're afraid I'll wipe them all out, aren't you?" The insect queen didn't respond, but her silence was as good as an admission that he wasn't wrong. Yu's voice suddenly dropped, now icy cold. "If I truly wanted to, I could have slaughtered every last one of you outside just now." Then, his tone softened, with an unexpected sincerity. "I have no intention of enslaving you. On the contrary, I want cooperation." The insect queen's eyes flickered with doubt. "Cooperation?" As if to prove his words, the roots binding her body slowly loosened and retreated. Yu spoke again. "Soon, we will conquer the major star domains. I hope you will join me. We'll handle the conquests, and your kind can take care of the pillaging. As for the fortresses, we'll be the ones to occupy them." He paused for a moment, then continued sternly, "One more thing. The royal insectid must become my subordinate." No sooner had the words left his mouth than the insect queen shouted in rage, "You!" But before she could finish, Yu coldly interrupted, "Not just him, even the one hiding deep within must do the same." As he spoke, Yu cast a glance deep into the interior of the hive. There, a strange creature was in a deep slumber. The insect queen gasped in shock, her eyes filled with fear. "Not just the royal insectid, you want to bring even the insect princess under your command?" Yu replied calmly. "Working under me will not bring you mistreatment." With a wave of his hand, a contract appeared, its ancient runes glowing with a faint, eerie light. "Sign this contract, and you will not regret it, or your entire race will be annihilated." Faced with Yu's overwhelming power and blatant threat, the insect queen trembled all over, her teeth grinding audibly. "You despicable!" But Yu remained completely unfazed, his tone cold. "This is your final chance." As the insect queen hesitated, torn between hatred and survival, a gentle voice rang out from behind. "Accept it, mother." The insect queen's entire body jolted. She quickly turned her head. Emerging from the shadows was a young woman in humanoid form, with intelligent eyes and a distinct aura. The insect princess herself. The insect queen froze in place, surprise written all over her face. She blurted out, "Shara?" Yu looked toward the newly arrived woman, interest flickering in his eyes. "So, this is the insect princess." He began to observe her in silence. Immediately, a green system panel appeared before his eyes, golden letters floating in midair. Name, Insect Princess Stage. Transcendent rank 4 innate talent, mental sensory. Can perceive the emotions, joy, anger, sorrow, of nearby beings, read their thoughts, even access memories and control minds. Special abilities, bone wings. Enhances movement speed tremendously and doubles as sharp weaponry. mental shock, unleashes psychic waves capable of overwhelming and shattering enemies. Spiritual resonance synchronizes minds with another being to erase their consciousness directly. Reality manipulation, the ability to alter reality, such as moving mountains and rivers. Psychic shield, constantly surrounded by an invisible barrier that protects against all mental damage. Superlearning, due to a powerful mind, can learn and absorb knowledge at an extraordinary rate. Yuziyu nodded slightly, evaluating her silently. Quite the arsenal of psychic abilities, impressive. At that moment, Shara dropped to one knee, her respectful voice echoing. We are willing to lead the entire insect race to serve under your command. Upon hearing that, Yuziyu's lips curled into a faint, meaningful smile. Consider this your welcoming gift. As he spoke, 3 tree roots extended from behind him, coiling like living serpents. At the tip of each root formed a golden droplet, shimmering with intense vitality. Both the insect queen and the insect princess stared at the golden droplets in awe, especially the insect queen. She could clearly sense the tremendous life force emanating from them. The insect princess, in disbelief, thought to herself, he's really giving these to us? Yuziyu said softly. Serve me well, and you'll receive even greater rewards than these. This time, the insect queen did not hesitate. Yes, she replied immediately. Deep inside, she had already made her decision. Joining the side of the divine tree might be the wisest choice. Elsewhere, Emperor Crocodile's pupils suddenly contracted. It was as if he had just witnessed something terrifying. He had seen red dots, representing the insect swarm, retreating from the front lines en masse. His voice trembled. The insect race is retreating. Amid the raging sea of flames, the royal insectid, who was still trapped, suddenly looked toward the insect nest. A sense of unease surged in his chest. Has Mother surrendered? Meanwhile, Emperor Crocodile kept his eyes fixed on the retreating insect swarm. At this moment, the entire insect army had fully withdrawn toward the heart of the nest.